Hello, Dave Dog here. This is Season 6, Episode 9 of our Road to Glory save with Bradford Park Avenue. We last left on the last video with a 3-1 defeat, ending our 13-game unbeaten run. We've had up and down results and a lot to get through since then. The first game after that, we played Telford at home, a fellow team round the playoffs. We beat them 2-1. Let's have a look into the game itself. Opening goal on 4 minutes from Trusty, put in by Stead. Stead is now playing up front. Sims, as we said last time, is injured, so Stead is taking on the number 9 role, and he put in Trusty on 4 minutes. We then had an own goal from Chaplin, a defender, forced into an error, made it 2-0 on 17 minutes. 23 minutes they hit back, and we thought this is going to be a tough game. Yellow cards flying around, as we can see on the notable events there, but nothing else happened, and we managed to secure the 3 points and get back on the winning trail. 4 shots on target each team. Look at the XG though for Telford, 2.71, and they wasted chances, so we got away with that one really. We battled in there, got the 3 points. Look at the defence there, all the greens on the defensive players, with Harding being the man of the match at 7.6. Harding has been playing some really good games, and we've seen previously how he can hit a free kick. Young player coming through there, really got a settled defence, but we have made a couple of signings. We went away to Southport, and a Sam Fielding penalty on 57 minutes gave us a 1-1 draw after a penalty for them in the first half, 20 minutes. So game of 2 penalties, a pretty poor game overall. Let's have a look at the stats on it. Poor finishing from both teams, 1.56, 1.9 for Southport. Got to add into that there's 2 penalties, which are just short of 0.9 on Football Manager. Not much going on. 5 shots on target for Southport out of 17 and 3 for us. Possession, with our system, we more or less boss the possession most of the games. 16 minutes, Stead had one rolled out for offside. Then their penalty on 20 minutes. A flurry of yellow cards. We seem to get in this in most games. A lot of teams are fouling us, and we can't get any build-up. So a lot of our goals are coming from set pieces, and in this case, a penalty from Fielding, who got the man of the match for that. But you can see from the markings of the other players, and pretty much middling, with Stead at 6.3, is now losing his form. After the previous month of February, he got 5 goals in 5 games, earning him the Player of the Month award. That must have gone to his head, because recently he's not been hitting the back of the net as often. The next one, Marine at home, the foot of the table Marine, and eventually we won 3-0, although we made hard work of this one. All the goals coming in the last 20 minutes. Stead on 71 minutes, set up by that man Hurst, came on a sub, and he seems to make an impact, does Hurst, when he comes on a sub. Then we got a penalty on 80 minutes. Sam's taking that one. Bit wary of this. I looked to change the penalty taker, then I looked, and Sam's is a decent penalty taker, so I left him on it and he tucked it away. That's 2 out of 2 penalties for Sam's. Substitute Jones got one in the 4th minute of added time. A cracker of a goal from outside the box, and we've got some good players and a bit of strength in depth, not too much, but we've got players in Harding and Jones competing for that right back spot. Ferguson's form this season has been really consistent, and of course Sam's and Aina in the middle of defence. Sam's getting the man of the match. Look at the bench, coming off the bench. Stead in this one came on a sub, managed to add to his tally, 7.4. Hurst 8 with an assist, and Jones getting a goal, 7.5. So we've got a bit of strength in depth, but we're mainly keeping the same team, same formation, and it appears to be working. Again, 3 yellow cards for the opposition. That is a problem we're getting, teams knowing about us and stopping us this season. Next game, we managed to score 3, but it was a high scoring game. 3-3 away at Scarborough, fellow contenders for the playoffs. What a game this one was. Only 4 shots on target each, so 3 goals coming from those 4 shots for each team. We got our 3 goals from 1.17 XG, so good finishing from us. Sams opened the scoring from a fielding corner on 9 minutes. They equalised on 18 minutes. Sims then put us in front, taking the penalty, restored to the team after his injury. Not playing that well at 6.6, but scoring the penalty. In the 36th minute, Harbottle made it 2-2. And just before half-time, we regained the lead through Lovick, heading in from a fielding free kick. So a lot of set-piece goals. We're not getting much from open play. So the first one was a set-piece from a corner. Next one a penalty. And then Lovick from a free kick. But 49 minutes, they equalised. Nothing much happened apart from the single yellow card 6 minutes from time for Norris. Overall, a fair result, I think, but we certainly didn't defend very well. As we can see there, we've got our new signing, Shering, coming in to play instead of Aina. So we've now got 3 good centre-backs. We'll just look at him. 3.5 star, current ability, 4-star potential, 27 years old. He was on a free transfer and on a reasonable wage, because that's the other thing. Finances are really, really dire. We'll look at his history. As we can see, he's played mainly at League 1 level. Last played for Stockport on a free. 3 games for them, 6.7. But at League 1 level. Prior to that at Northampton, where 6.79, 6.88. So reasonable for that level. And a long time since he played on loan, 2021 for Torquay in the National League, where he played 42 games and scored 2 goals. So lots of experience, and certainly most of it at a higher level. He looks a really, really good signing for us on a free. If we look at his heading, he's 11, marking 9, tackling 10, pace 11. He's only 5'11", but good jumping reach. Fielding, the only current Bradford Park Avenue, well, I say current, I've just heard that he's left the team in real life. Can't remember who he's signed for. Of course, Bradford Park Avenue relegated in real life from the National League North. Fielding, I think it's Spennymoor he's actually gone to. And you can't blame him. He's a good player, but he's staying loyal with us and is our leading appearance maker. So 3-3 against Scarborough away. The next game was slightly disappointing. We went from lots of goals to no goals. 0-0 at home to Fylde, who were third in the table at the time, so decent result. But as again, you can see Sims 6.2, Trusty 6.5, and a lot of players off form, including Shering, a new signing at 6.4. So man of the match in this one, Sams at 7.4. He has been playing really, really well recently. Just the one shot on target in all the game from Fylde. You would say a poor performance from them being third in the table, but we take that a good result for us, although 0.05 XG, we didn't create anything, but we certainly stopped them. Then it was Matlock away, and a further clean sheet for Macaulay. And look at those defensive marks, well, not just the defensive marks, the whole team 7 or more, and an outstanding performance. Matlock also down near the bottom, and just look at that. Sims scored on 28 minutes, getting somewhere back to form, but then got himself sent off 4 minutes later for a horrendous tackle, a forwards tackle if ever I saw one, coming back to help defend. Maybe we should tell him just to stay upfield, but rightfully sent off. But we managed the game, and Trusty made it 2-0 on 71 minutes, and a quite comfortable game to say we played most of it with 10 men. Look at the possession, 73% possession even with 10 men. A really good performance in that one, and another 3 points on the board. It was then Gainsborough at home in the bottom 4, and another clean sheet, our 3rd in a row. Macaulay playing really well, and he has just signed a new contract, one of the few players that were allowed to offer a contract to. The others are saying we haven't got enough money, but he's signed for another year and had to promise him he'd be number 1. Whether that works out or not is another thing. But look at the yellow cards on this one. Gainsborough, 6 yellow cards, and 1 for us for Stead. Hurst, that man again, came on as sub. When he starts, he doesn't seem to do it, but coming off the bench, he's certainly a weapon. And Stead set Hurst up on the 77th minute, the only goal of the game. Again, we're not playing negatively. We've changed the three in midfield slightly. We've got three in front of the back four rather than Fielding in and the two in front. So maybe that's making us a little bit more defensive. But it's working out so far. I'd rather win games 1-0 than draw them, because we've had too many draws. If we'd converted some of these draws into wins, we'd have been battling away with the top two. And the next one was a further 1-0 win away at Spennymoor. Aina scored this one, ball cleared out. Hinchy passed it to Aina outside the box, and he cracked a brilliant shot in. Not bad for a centre-back, and that earned him the man of the match. But Macaulay again, 7.5. Look at those defensive stats. Fielding having a rare poor game in this one at 6.4. And as you can see, we've got another new signing in here. Earing is a central midfielder. Let's have a look at him. Again, Football League experience. 29 years old. So again, we're going for experience. He's 3.5 star. Passing 10. Technique 9. Let's have a look who he's played for. As I said, this is coming into my playing. We're looking at players who have got experience to get us over the line in these playoffs, and League 2 experience, playing for Walsall before, and look at that, 7 goals in 38, 3 in 37, assists as well, over 7 average in League 2, and around about that before. Last played in the National League for Halifax at this sort of level, and before that he was on loan at Farsley for 3 games, bolstering our midfield. So we've been playing these three in front, Earing, Hinchy and Fielding. Fielding not playing well, as I say, on this occasion. And Goy come back off the bench but got injured again, and he's out, probably out for the rest of the season now. So we're not going to see anything of him. 4 consecutive clean sheets, and we're coming to today's game against Hereford, and let's have a look how the table stands. Very interesting. In the playoffs, 6th place, 74 points from 42 games, and look, we've only lost 8 games, 1 less than Guiseley, but it's those 14 draws that have cost us. We'd have been up with Guiseley if we'd have converted half of those draws to wins. Although Sims has got 20 and Stead's got 10 or 11, we don't have consistent scorers. What we need is 2 players getting 20, 30 goals each to make it up to the Guiseley Stevenage level. And as we can see, they're neck and neck at the top there. Both 89 points. Stevenage is just shading it at the moment. 7 goal difference better. They've only lost 5 games all season. From the games that we've played, I would say Stevenage are the favourites. They were the best team that we've played. So today, home to Hereford. A crucial game, sitting just above us, 2 points more in 5th place. We're home. Let's have a look at today's team. So here's today's team for this crucial game against Hereford. A real 6-pointer if ever there was one. Just making the one change. Sherring comes in and plays at right back. He has played there before. Harding drops to the bench. So it's Macaulay in goal. Sherring, Aina, Sams and Ferguson make up the back 4. The midfield 3 that we've had recently. New signing Earing, Hinchy and Fielding, and up front the same as we've had in the last few games. Lovick on the right, Trusty on the left, and up front as a pressing forward, Callum Stead. Sims is suspended for this one. I think it's the final game of his suspension. We're going in positive. We're going to take the game to Hereford. We are the slight favourites for this game at 7-5. We've won 3 and drawn 2 of our last 2 games. They've won 3, drawn 1 and lost 1, so we're slightly better on the form, but it's all building up to a cracking game today, and hopefully we can come out on top in this 6-pointer. The thing is, we must not lose this game. That's why we've gone in with the 3 midfielders, and I brought Sherring in at right back for just that little bit more experience than Harding. On the bench then, we've got 2 right backs, Jones and Harding, although Harding is pretty flexible. He can play defensive midfield and centre back as well. Williams and Hurst. Porritt is our sub striker. If we just look down at the injuries, we've got Beresford injured. He's not played for a while. Beresford is unsettled. on the list. Jason Tuffy, he probably would have been on the bench as backup midfielder today, but he's pulled a back muscle. He's expected to be out 5 to 12 days. Fred Ngoy, as I said, is out for the rest of the season. Broken ankle and out for 3 to 5 months, so that's probably the last we'll see of Fred Ngoy. The other one, of course, Jim Sims, suspended for next match. I think that's the last one, is this one. So let's get into the game then. Should be a big crowd for this, not seeing the forecasts for the sales. So we're here for the pre-match team talk. Gianluca Havens suggesting the revenge one on Hereford. I think we lost 2-1 to them earlier in the season away. I know that one gets a response usually, but I'm going to go for... It's important to make full use of home advantage, so let's go out there and get a result. We're going to pump fists and say that one. And Connor Ferguson's happier, Macaulay's happier, Lovick's happier, and Trusty's motivated. So enough of a response there to suggest that the players are up for this one. Nobody's nervous, and let's get into the game and see if we can cement our place in this top 7. So there we are, our 4-3-3 lineup with our 3 in front of the back 4. Slight variation on the tactic we've been using, but we've been using it recently. They're lining up a 4-4-2. Kunku is their forward, who's the danger man. I believe he did score against us earlier in the season. There we are, nothing much between us in the table. 2 points. Let's skip the teams coming out and get straight into this game, in which we are the slight favourites being the home team. And nothing much happening in the early stages. Teams cancelling each other out, but we are slightly on the momentum. We've got a free kick here. Here's Fielding. I've got the wall lined up. Looks like it's going to be a shot from Fielding. He does, and it's in there. He gets it just inside the post. And what a set piece. As I said during the results roundup, we're scoring a lot of goals from set pieces. Not particularly training that in the training regime, but we've got a lot of good set piece takers, and we take the lead early doors, and it looks like we're certainly up for this one. Here's another highlight for us. Trusty running at the defence, and shoots, but it's wild, and he did brilliantly there until the finish, as it says in the commentary. Just a word about the weather at the moment in the UK. It's really warm, and in my little box room it's certainly warm with the computer heat. The fan is bringing off the computer, and I'm having to stop the recording every so often and put my fan on to cool myself down. And we get to half time. Not a lot of highlights in it, but what there were for us, although they've had 3 shots on target. We have had the better XG and lead through that set piece from Fielding. If we carry on like this, look at the possession, 65%, we're certainly going to cement our place in the playoffs. So the half-time team talk then, Gianluca Havens saying we're doing well, but we can definitely find another gear. I'm going to go with that one. I don't usually go with that one, but in this one, we have certain players underperforming. Lovick 6.5, Stead 6.6. Hinchy 6.6, and we need them to find this other gear. So let's pump fists, do that one, and Lovick happier, Trusty and Stead. Let's hope Stead can get on the score sheet and settle this match. Let's get into the second half and see if we can put this one to bed. We've had most of the momentum, but we can see they're coming back into the game as you would expect after half time. It's a set piece corner, and we head that one away, but picked up again. This is a problem we had, conceding goals from corners. We clear out to the edge of the box and then someone scores a worldie. Here's Stead picking up the ball. He's on his own though. He's holding it up, passes it to Earing. Stead, we're keeping the ball, but we're not getting men forward. Here's Lovick. He's on a run, but Jones Pritchard dispossesses him and passes back to the keeper. This season, the difference, obviously, defence. We've not conceded as many goals, and there's Fielding covering, but he doesn't pass to our player. It goes back to Jones Pritchard. Oh, and there's another mistake. We've been getting that from Macaulay every so often. He makes a mistake like that, but not recently with the clean sheets, but in games before, especially the 3-3 draw. If we look at this one, this is a ridiculous attempt to get this. If he'd have just stayed on his line, and a tap in, Kunku scores it into an empty net. It's 1-1, 56 minutes gone, and they have taken the initiative in the second half. Let's have a shout and encourage. We're not going to demand more just yet. We're just going to encourage. Kunku's gone off now, and saying Aina is just see this highlight first. It's a throw into Hereford, and we don't want to go behind. Here's Fisher. Come on, get in front of him. What I've noticed in FM23 is we do challenge there. Hinchy comes away with the ball. Players don't seem to tackle that much unless you've got them on tackle hard. Here's Stead going away, and it goes wide. Chance there for Stead. He's been missing quite a lot of chances recently. 79 minutes. Let's see if we can make some changes. Aina and Sam's this game on Good Friday, so they've not had a full week between games. I think we played on Monday before this one, so only a few days, and they're both very poor condition, but they're playing well. This is the reason we brought in the extra defender, although he's playing at right back. Playing well at right back, but I'm going to move him in there, and we're going to bring Harding on to play full back. What about Sam's? Calm at 7.1. I'm going to leave him on a little bit longer. That may be risking it slightly, but there's only 10 minutes or so to go. Ferguson, 6.4. He's not playing well, and he's on a yellow card. Wing back left. Alex Hurst can play that. Let's try Hurst then. No, he can't play as a full back. Not very well, but if we move him there as a wing back, why he can play there but not there, I don't know. Inverted wing back. Wing back. Let's have him on automatic then as a wing back. And let's drop Fielding in there just as a bit of insurance. Hinchy, move him out there, so it's a slight formation change, and it's a bit lopsided. Let's pull Lovick back. He can play there, and put him on support. So we're bolstering up the midfield a little bit. Let's try that one, and let's make this a back three. Totally readjusting here. So it's 3-1-4-1-1, and we're going to bring Porritt on for Stead. Stead's a bit hit and miss ever since he won that Player of the Month award. He's not been at it, missed quite a few chances. Now, do we leave Trusty wide on the left? No, we'll bring him in here. He can play there. Let's have him as a shadow striker. So we're playing a 1-1 up front, 3-1-4-1-1. Certainly different formation for us. Let's have him a winger on support. So we've got two wingers on support, so they'll get up to help those two out up front. Pressing forward, Porritt is not. Let's have him as a poacher on attack. That's his preferred position. Yeah. So let's see if we can get that final goal. We're going to stay on positive. We could really do with a win, although we don't want to lose the game. The only worry is that Sams and Fielding are a bit short of condition. So let's get on with it and see how these final 10 minutes plus play out. As I say, they've come into it in the second half, and let's just make some changes again. And we're going to turn the tempo down and be more disciplined. Is that we're not going to go time wasting, because we're really looking to win the game. Here's Lovick, but they get the ball again. There only looks like one winner in this. Harding could have brought that down, but he plays it out to them, and they hit the post. And plenty of time there for Sherin, but he plays the ball out for a throw-in. And it's us now. Another set piece. Taking shot to Earing. Porritt's there. Porritt's there. No, he doesn't get it. Defender gets in. Hurst plays the ball in, but it's cut out by Leyland. And Hereford are coming away with this. Walker. Win this, win this. Well done, Sherin. Fielding gives it away. Is that to do with his lack of condition? And we get away with that one. And it could be a stalemate here. It is. It's a 1-1 draw against Hereford. You've got to say on the XG that they had the better chances. 4 shots on target to our 2. We'll have to settle for a draw with that one. And again, look at the yellow cards for them. This is what's happening. We need some stronger referees. But one set-piece goal from Fielding. That's it. We're just not getting the open play chances. Defensively, we're pretty sound. We're scraping by. We're hard to beat, but we don't create enough chances or score enough goals. and we're missing Sims. That red card he had was vital. Sam Fielding gets the man of the match at 7.6. Sam's playing well at 7.3. Shering 6.9. So defensively again, good. Attacking, we need work. We're 7th. We've dropped a position. We're a point in front of Scarborough, 2 points in front of Kidderminster. Scunthorpe look too far behind, 8 points behind. What I'm going to do is going to play a couple of games and probably come back for the last game. How's it gone at the top? Stevenage have taken a 2-point lead, so that must mean Guiseley have dropped points. 3-3 at home to Southport. A good win for Stevenage, 3-0 away at Chorley. 7th place, and it's all in the balance. So let's have a look who we play then. We've got Darlington at home. They're 16th, so we should win that one. Starbridge, they're near the bottom. They're 23rd, next to bottom, so should be relegated. And the final game, home to Kings Lynn. They are 11th and out of the playoff picture, but they've got that man, Edmondson, still scoring. I'm going to play the Darlington game, see how things lie there, and I'll either come back with Starbridge away or Kings Lynn at home, one of the last 2 games to wrap up this season. Well, wrap up this season for the regular season. Hopefully we'll be in the playoffs, and who knows what can happen in those. We should have most of our players back apart from Ngoy, who's out for the rest of the season. They get rested up. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please leave a like, and I hope to see you for the conclusion of this season. Thanks a lot once again. Dave Dog, for now. Bye.